Hi, my name is Cristobal, and now we're going to see the card component. First, we get the values, the global variable of the use card and the use user. Then define again this by function that adds to the card if the product has been already is already in the card, and if not, it will set the new product value to 1. And the setBot object to the card.bot object. The other way around, that is delete bot, that in case of the card stock that you've bought, it's more or equal than 0, it will subtract the quantity of the card. The other way, if it is equal to 0, it will delete the product from the card, and it's set again with the setBot object. Then a use state of prods and setProd, and the use effect. Then define getProds as an async function that will make a get request with access to get all the products, then the respective images, and we'll create this array. If you remember, the array that will get that will have in each element an object that contains the data of the product and the image. Then another array called box, that in this case object that keys makes an array out of object properties. For instance, if you have an object that has username and password as attribute names, it will create an array that has the two elements username and password. So here we are changing to an array the attributes or the IDs of the card.bot object, and then we'll map it. This ID represents the element, and we will push to this empty array the response, like the array that contains all the products, the one in the position ID -1. So this will return an array that contains only the products that we have in the cart and with the data of the products. Then we will set it with setProd, and then again look if the user has been already authenticated. If not, it will return to /login. If not, we will define the total of the purchase to 0 and return render this div that has the product quantity, and will map the prods that has all the products, all the card with each product info and index. In this case, index represents the index of the element that we're mapping. So total will be equal to itself plus this product, the price of the product, times the quantity of the product that we've added in the cart, and render the buyings, each of the booking of the products, and we'll give it the product ID, the product name, the product price, the quantity, the amount of products that we've booked, the image, the handle by, the one that adds to the cart, the one that removes from the cart, and the object list that it's prods. After this, we're going to see this. So this is the component that has each of the card items. Here we again define the add function that books or unbooks the product and changes and makes the request to the server. In this case, add takes the query book that will add like subtract from the server, so you have more booked, and the other one is less, that will add to the server because you are unbooking, and will render the image of the product with the properties that we landed, that we give it in the mapping of the card, then the product name, the product amount that you have in the card, the total, because that's the multiplication, and two buttons, that one adds and the other subtracts. One triggers the add and the other one triggers the less function. After this, we have this buying button that it's located in the cart. At the end of all, we have this buying button. This buying button uses a checkout function that first it makes a prevent default because it is a button, and then in general it makes a loop of different requests. In this case, these requests update the amount of stock that are left in the database by subtracting the stock, the current stock, and the amount of stock, the amount of booked products that we have in the cart. Then after we check out, it will reload the page and lead us to the /products. Here it says that if the array of the cart is different than to 0, it will return this, because if there is no item in the cart, it won't show like the button, because you have nothing to buy. Here this elements is the one for the checkout app, for the checkout of the API with a stripe, and this button is the one that leads to the checkout.